Mankind must put an end to war, before war puts an end to mankind. The goal of education is the advancement of knowledge and the dissemination of truth. Physical fitness is not only one of the most important keys to a healthy body, it is the basis of dynamic and creative, intellectual activity. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. Man is still the most extraordinary computer of all. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. The pay is good and I can walk to work. Those who dare to fail miserably can achieve greatly. I'm an idealist, without illusions. My brother Bob doesn't want to be in government, he promised Dad he'd go straight. The basic problems facing the world today are not susceptible to a military solution. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Leadership and learning are indispensable to one another. I look forward to an America which will not be afraid of grace and beauty. Those who dare to fail miserably can achieve greatly. We must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our lives. Do not pray for easy lives, pray to be stronger men. This country cannot afford to be materially rich and spiritually poor. In serving his vision of the truth, the artist best serves his nation. Children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. If freedom is to survive and prosper, it will require the sacrifice, the effort and the thoughtful attention of every citizen. We must never forget that art is not a form of propaganda, it is a form of truth. The stories of past courage can teach, they can offer hope, they can provide inspiration. But they cannot supply courage itself. For this each man must look into his own soul. A man does what he must, in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles and dangers and pressures, and that is the basis of all human morality. United there is little we cannot do in a host of cooperative ventures. Divided there is little we can do, for we dare not meet a powerful challenge at odds and split asunder. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I have said that control of arms is a mission that we undertake particularly for our children and our grandchildren, and that they have no lobby in Washington. If more politicians knew poetry, and more poets knew politics, I am convinced the world would be a little better place in which to live. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. For one true measure of a nation is its success in fulfilling the promise of a better life for each of its members. Let this be the measure of our nation. The success of this government, and thus the success of our nation, depends in the last analysis upon the quality of our career services. In the Chinese language, the word crisis is composed of two characters, one representing danger and the other, opportunity. Rising tide lifts all boats. We can say with some assurance that, although children may be the victims of fate, they will not be the victims of our neglect. The federal budget can and should be made an instrument of prosperity and stability, not a deterrent to recovery. The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining, by filling 3 basic gaps in our anti-recession protection.